Welcome everybody. This is my friend. Meet my friend. So, this is my friend and your illustrator or narrator. So, her name is Nikki. She will illustrate you the whole chapter for your convenience. The name of the poem is The Lake Isle of Innisfree by a well-known author, William Butler Yeats. So, he is an Irish poet. He was the one of the foremost figures of 20th century literature. He was born on 13 June 1865 in Sandymount, Ireland, in the country Ireland, and died in 28 Jan 1939. He has written many poems and novels and also the stories and poems like The Stolen Child, 1960, etc., and many more. His famous quote is on an education. Education is not the filling of a pail, but rather the lighting of a fire. I repeat that the education is not the filling of a pail, but rather the lighting of a fire. So, we should now go through the poem. This poem is a lyric. It is a musical poem. It explores the poet's longing for the peace and tranquility of the Innisfree, a place where he spent a lot of time as a boy. When the poet was a boy and it was in his childhood, he loves to go to the Innisfree because the Innisfree was a peaceful and calmness place. Tranquility means calmness and quietful place. So the poet wants to go to Innisfree, and Innisfree is a name of a place. It is a very quiet place, and that is the reason the poet wants to go there. He had spent his childhood in this place. He has very sweet memories of that place. That is why he wanted to go back to the lake island of Innisfree. William Butler Yeats spent most of his life in Dublin and London, but as a young boy, he had frequently spent his summers on the Isle of Innisfree, a tiny uninhabited island within the Lake Low Gill in country, Sligo, in northern West Ireland. Later, when he lived in the crowded and a noisy city, he felt a strong desire to go back to the Isle of Innisfree because the poet had spent his childhood in that place. So, when he lived in the place where is a noisy climate, he wants to spend his childhood once more time in the place where he had spent the childhood in the previous time. So he wants to go Innisfree for peace. He wants peace, and tranquility means calmness. So he wants calmness, peace, and quietful. So he wants to go back. Now we should go through the poem by the stanza 1. I will arise and go now and go to the Innisfree. Here, the poet refers that he suggests his determination to go there. Means to go there means to Innisfree. He suggests his determination to go to the Innisfree, the place where he had spent his childhood. So, he wants to go away from the restless life of cities and lead a calm and simple life all by himself. And a small cabin built there of clay and bottles made. He wants to build a small cabin built with clay and bottles. Cabin means a room, and wattle means a twisted sticks for making fence and walls. He will make a small hut type cabin that will be made with wattles, mean the twisted sticks to make the walls. He will make a small cottage of clay and sticks and grow his own beans on a small piece of land in Innisfree. 9 beans a row will I have there, a hive for the honeybee. He wants to grow his own beans on a small piece of land in Innisfree. He will have honey from his own hive. He will live alone in the bee loud glade. Glade means clearing, open space. The poet has a deep longing to lead the life in the lap of nature, listening to the music of bees. So he wants peace. He wants peace in his life because the city where he lives, it was a noisy and crowded place. So everyone needs peace and calmness in a life once at a time. So here is the explanation of the stanza 1. I here refer to the poet William Yeats. He says that he wants to go to Innisfree. Over there, he will build a small room for himself with clay and small sticks, which are used to make the walls or the fences of the cabin. As he will need some food to eat also, so he will grow 9 rows of beans near his room. Also, he will get the honey from the honeybee hive. He says that the open space where he built his room will be full of buzzing sound of the bees. Buzzing sound means the bees that makes the sound buzz buzz. It is the buzzing sound of the bees. And over there he will live all alone in the peace and tranquility. So we stanza. So the second stanza says that, and I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow. So, in the second stanza, the poet says that the poet gives some glimpses of the life that he expects to find in Innisfree. He expressed that he will find peace and tranquility in the Innisfree. In such a place, he will find peace. The pace of life will slower and nature will take over. He wants that the nature takes over his life to for the peace he wants. He wants that his noisy city life will go ahead and the nature, peaceful nature, can take the part over on his life. Dropping from the wheel. Wheel means a piece of fine material worn by a woman to protect or hide the face. So, dropping from the wheels of the morning to where the cricket sings. So, in this line, he wants that he will thus breathe calmness in the morning and enjoy the brilliance of the midnight. There, the midnight's all a glimmer. Glimmer means shining, a shiny substance. The midnight's all a glimmer and a noon purple glow. Noon purple glow means a purple colored light of the noon. The purple colored of light of the noon, as well as the flying birds in the evening, will he delightful experience for him. So the fourth line says that and the evening full of linnet's wings. Linnet means a small brown and grey bird with a short beak. Linnet means a bird which has short beak and is of grey colored. So, the magical qualities of day and night in Innisfree are the reasons that he wants to go there. So, this is the explanation of the second stanza. So, in this stanza, the poet says that when in Innisfree, when he will in the Innisfree, he will feel peaceful. He says that the feeling of peace is felt slowly and gradually. He describes how he would be peaceful. How would he feel peaceful? In the morning time, when it's cloudy and the view is not very clearful, and then it will appear as if the morning has worn a wheel and has hidden itself. Looking at the scene will make him peaceful. He will be peaceful when he look at the scene. During the evening, when he will see the linnet bird flying in the sky, then also he will feel peaceful. The linnet bird is this. It is a brown and grey colored bird and having a short beak. So he will feel peaceful when he will see the birds flying freely in the sky. So we will start. So further he says that when the male cricket insect will sing a song, that sound will bring him at peace. At midnight, when he will see the twinkling stars in the open sky, their shine will give him peace. In the afternoon, when the sunlight will give a purplish glow, it will also give him peace. The poet says that the nature is full of peace. Everything in the nature can give us peace. So, we should love the nature and we should protect the nature also. Stanza. I will arise and go now, for always night and day. The poet says that in the third stanza he said that he need to fulfill his desire. It is strengthened by his memories of the waves of the lake producing mild music. Means, I hear the lake water lapping with his low sounds by the shore, while I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey. I hear it in the deep heart's core. So, night and day means all the time. Lapping means striking. Heart's core means the innermost part of the heart. So, in the third stanza, he says that the strengthened by his memories of the waves of the lake, producing mild music while striking against the shore. He adds that when the mild waves will strike against the shore, his heart will be full of happiness. The mild music of the striking shore by the waves will be full of happiness in his heart. Standing on the pavement or a roadway amidst traffic and crowds, he yearns for the idyllic island and listens to the music of the waves deep in his heart. He desires to escape urban life, becomes an obsession in this quarantine, and innisfree lurks in his heart as a symbol of peace and happiness. The innisfree, the place where he had spent all his childhood, is a symbol of peace and happiness. He feels that innisfree is a symbol that makes peace and happiness in his heart core. So, in this stanza, the poet says that now he will stand up and go to innisfree because all the time the sound of the lake water striking the shore repeats in his mind. He reminds in the city that the water that strike the shore, it is remembering her mind that he should go to innisfree. The sound attracts him towards the lake. The mild music that is making by the strikes over there, he attracts by it. When he was in innisfree, it attracts it. It attracts it. Whenever he is either standing on the roadway or on the grey colored pavements, he hears the sound deep in the innermost part of his heart. When he stands on the roadway or on the grey colored pavement, he hears the deep sound in the innermost part of his heart of the striking. The poet is reminded of his past, his boyhood, when he visited the peaceful lake of the peaceful lake Isle of innisfree. He wants to go there and says he will live there all alone because he wants peace, and he will be giving peace when he live all alone. All alone means being alone. He wants to build a small cabin with clay and bottles. He would grow beans and get a honeybee hive for honey to survive on. The poet describes the peaceful natural surroundings of the lake. He says that the scene of the cloudy mornings, the shining stars, the glowing sun, and birds flying in the sky give him peace. He feels relaxed to hear the pleasant sound of the cricket's song. Pleasant means giving happiness. Pleasant means a sense of happiness and enjoyment. He will have a sense of enjoyment when the cricket sings a song. So the poet feels the urgency to go to the lake of innisfree. In the depth of his heart, he can hear the sound of the lake water hitting the shore. It is as if the lake is calling him. He hears the sound everywhere, either on the crowded roads or the grey colored pavements of the city in which he lives. This indicates that he wants to escape from the artificial life of the city into the peaceful surroundings of the nature. He have a urgency in his mind. His mind is saying that please go to innisfree, because in the depth of his heart the sound of the lake water hitting the shore is kept in it. His heart is remembering the sound of the lake water hitting the shore. The lake is calling him, please come, like the heart is saying. The crowded grey colored pavement in which the city he lives, that indicates that to escape from the artificial life and go to the peaceful surroundings of the nature. Now we should go through the question and answers. So, what kind of a place is Innisfree? Think about. First, the three things the poet wants to do when he goes back there. So, the three things that the poet wants to do when he goes back to the Innisfree: he wants to build a small cabin with clays and wattle. He wants to plant 9 rows of beans. He wants to keep a honeybee hive. What he hears and sees there, and it affects on him. The poet sees the cloudy morning, which looks like the sky is wearing a wheel. He hears the song of the cricket. He sees the linnet bird flying in the evening sky, the shimmering stars in the night sky, the purplish glow of the afternoon sun. All these give him a feeling of being at peace. What he hears in his heart's core, even when he is far away from Innisfree. Even when the poet is far away from Innisfree, he hears the sound of the lake, water hitting the shore in the depth of his heart. By now, you may have concluded the Innisfree is a simple, natural place full of beauty and peace. How does the poet contrast it with where he now stands? The poet describes Lake Innisfree as a place full of bounties of nature. He sees the cloudy sky, the shimmering stars in the night sky. Shimmering means twinkling. The purplish glow of the afternoon sun. The linnet bird flying in the evening sky. The sound of the cricket's song is also pleasing to him. On the other hand, the place where he stands now is an urban place. Urban place means cities, where developed the urban place means a developed city, and he wants. On the other hand, the place where he stands now is an urban place, which is devoid for all the beauties of nature. He says that there are roadways and grey colored pavements around him. Do you think Innisfree is only a place or a state of mind? Does the poet actually miss the place of his boyhood days? Innisfree is a place that the poet used to visit in his boyhood. Boyhood means the childhood also. As he lives in the city now, he expresses a desire to go to Innisfree, which had peaceful surroundings. This shows his state of mind. Yes, he misses Lake Innisfree when he says that the sound of the lake water hitting the shore echoes in the core of his heart. Look at the words the poet uses to describe what he sees and hears at Innisfree. Bee loud glade, when he imagines bees buzzing around. Evenings full of the linnet's wings. The images of linnets flying across the evening sky appears in the reader's mind. Lake water lapping with low sounds. The words draw an image and also create the sound of water, lake water striking against the shore of the lake. Second, look at these words. Peace coming, peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the wheels of the morning to where the cricket sings. What do these words mean to you? Do you think comes dropping slow from the wheels of the morning? What does to where the cricket sings mean? So these lines indicate the feeling of being at peace. Sleeps in slowly, gradually, as one sees the cloudy morning, which is followed by the pleasant song of the cricket. The poet gains peace of mind. These vibrant sounds and scenes of the nature bring a feeling of peaceful experience by the poet. So, here our chapter ends, and thank you for a very good session. I am very thankful for all of you to listening me very carefully. Thank you once again.